Do you ever stop and look around and just feel empty? Today's episode is all about looking around with a different eye, leaning into gratitude and realizing that everything around us is a gift, especially dance. Hello, my beautiful, gorgeous dance baby, and welcome to another episode of More Than Dance. Today, we are talking all about gifts, not those kinds of gifts, though those are very nice. We're going to be talking about the gifts that are revealed in special ways. So, for example, dance. Dance is a gift. It's a gift of movement. It's a gift of healing. It's a gift of socialization. And today, I really want to focus in on all the gifts that we have that aren't actual objects. Things that are more revealed to you, things that you tend to, that become gifts versus an actual gift that you can hold in your hand. There have been a few very key moments in my life where I've had a sudden stall in my body and I've said whoa, this is so cool. I can't believe I'm teaching dance for my life, or being able to move is so beautiful. I can't believe I'm able to do this, especially when I was dealing with knee stuff, surgeries, and my diagnosis. I was like, oh my gosh, I still can dance. It hurts, but I'm still dancing. And I like to help people see that as well, especially when they're dealing with injury or when other things become so hard. Family stuff, relationship stuff, friend stuff, kid stuff, all that stuff can be so heavy. And when we lean into the practice of gratitude, we can find these beautiful gifts that are just sitting in our lives. So for me, dance has always been a gift. My Joshie, he is a gift. My parents, they're gifts. Any dog that I see on the side of the road, that's a gift. That's a special gift that day. I love that gift. And gifts can happen in moments as well. So when Josh and I were in Napoli, we had this gift of a moment. We were on the side of the road and this guy was like, ragazzi, ragazzi. And he was like, come over basically and have an Aperol Spritz with us. And we're like, okay. And if you asked us what we did in Naples, we did three things. 1, we ate pizza. 2, we had Aperol Spritz. And 3, we went in this really cool underground thing. And while we were doing those things, we had the gift of communication and relationship with people around us. We were learning Italian with a girl in line in front of us. We were having laughs, dancing in the middle of the street, and we were learning amazing things from people who know a lot of cool, random museum type things. Those are all gifts. They were all taking your body out of the moment for a quick second and saying, wow, this is cool that I'm experiencing this right now. And we already know that timing is so divine. The way that things happen for us, divine. The people that we know, why we know them, when we know them, those are all beautiful gifts from the universe. So I want you today, as this is a very gift-giving type day, think about the gifts that you get to receive. I was just recited a prayer. the gifts that you get to receive and the people you get to receive them from, or the movement that you receive that through. And to also realize that you yourself are a gift. So when and no, I'm not just being a Leo right now, but when you think about you are a gift to all of the people that know you. Now I'm going to recite Barney. You are special. My gosh, what's happening? You are special. You are special. You are special. And it's important to not only remind yourself of that, it's also important to be the person who can remind yourself of that. Because outside validation, as we know, it's so beautiful. It's awesome. But when we can self-validate and realize wow, we are a gift. Wow, everyone embrace your inner Leo, okay? Really understanding that you are a gift. It takes some time and it takes some clarity because it also involves a level of awareness for you to know what you bring to the table. And I'm sure you've heard me talk about this before, the imposter syndrome, episode 24. We go in deep on how you might not feel worthy enough to be around certain people. You can self-sabotage yourself into messing up some of your relationships. And imposter syndrome is sad because part of you knows that you deserve it deep down. And then the bigger part of you, the part that takes over, that makes you the imposter, is saying, there's someone out there better than you. Gosh, that is like so not true because you are your unique self. So today, as we talk about gifts, we're going to talk about us as gifts, and 2, talk about the gifts in the world that are not objects. So let's first talk about dance and how much of a gift it is. From the way that we listen to music while we dance, express ourselves, the way that we bring out, because we as dancers are the physical representation of music. So we are the gift of bringing that music to life through our bodies, which are also a gift. So sure, like if you've been injured before, you know the feeling of not being able to do something, like even as little as like hurting your toe or like those tiny, tiny cuts when something like is off, your whole body's off. So when something is off in dance with your body, it can be very tricky to stay mindful of the fact that you are still dancing. And I got a chance to remind myself of that a lot when I've had 4 surgeries on this knee. And every time that I am in pain, I can say, well, I can still walk. Well, I can still dance. And I lean into all the things that I can do versus the things that I cannot do. Knowing that dance has been the most constant in my life. It's been the one thing that I've been the most excited to do. When I'm not dancing, I'm somehow dancing. Josh says I dance in my sleep because I sleep in dance poses. Dance can only give you as much as you're going to give to it. Whatever the dance will return to you, it's because you've returned to it. Think about that, returning to dance. How beautiful that is. I know there's a lot of you that have returned to dance, and it's because you had a relationship with dance and maybe it really went sour and you needed a break, or maybe you got busy, you went to nursing school, had kids, did the whole bit, and then you're like, oh, let me get back in tune with myself. And you're smart because you said, what is the thing that's going to bring me closer to myself the fastest? Dance. Dance is one of the best ways to get close to yourself and to know yourself. And if you can commit to the nitty-gritty and the hard part of it, yes, it's not easy, then you get so many gifts from dance. So dance itself, a gift. And then the gifts that come from dance, man, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It is amazing. So 1, you get flexibility. 2, you get strong. 3, you get happy. You actually get happy when you dance. It's so cool. I am not a scientist by any means, but there are certain hormones that release when you are doing something like dance. So yes, it's science. 3, you're getting confident. 4, you're learning about posture, which is so important to know. Again, longevity as we age, to hold yourself in a beautiful posture. And I know right now, all of you just went like, oh yeah, posture, because I'm watching Josh do it too, because there's so much to be said about a healthy body and how it correlates to happiness. So they always say happy wife, happy life, happy body, happy life. I also agree with the other one. So Josh, if you're listening. The other thing to make sure that we know is when we are receiving these gifts, we're not takers. When you jump on the train of dancing, you receive these gifts. And what's so cool about dance is it also teaches you gratitude, awareness, and deep, deep understanding of yourself. And because you're so deep with yourself, you're not taking those things for granted. You won't, because you're so in tune. So you're like, whoa, I'm strong today. Wow, that feels good. Or you're like, wow, I feel really confident. That's amazing. Or you're like, whoa, I'm like actually like looking around. I'm like, I have so many beautiful friends, so many dance friends. You have more of an ability to see and understand around you once you've danced because you've practiced periphery when you dance. You practice the art of knowing where you are and where others are in space. These are skills that are beautiful skills on the dance floor, and they have a purpose. And in our beautiful woo-woo world, they also have a purpose because it teaches you to accept more and to give more. And we always talk about the ripple effect and how the more we give, the more ripples out and the more it really does come back to us in a beautiful way. If you haven't listened to those episodes, first one is episode 52, and it's the ripple effect, how small connections create big moments. And then the second is The ripple effect part 2, making someone's day is free. Freaking love that. Think about that for a second. Making someone's day is free. So when Josh and I, we were in Naples and this girl just decided to just tell us all these like little things because she lived there. She didn't have to do that, but she made our day. It was awesome. Dance also gives you the gift of patience. Oh my God, raise your hand if you've practiced patience at dance. When our bodies are doing their own thing based off of like rules that we've known about things, like breaking habits is a very hard thing to do. If you have a habit of doing something that is incorrect technique, it's hard to break that habit. So dance teaches us the patience and also, the T word, to trust the process. I feel like we could open up a book of beautiful words, and it's like called the Book of Beautiful Words. And then we could read it and we could say, yeah, dance does that. Oh, dance does that too. Dance does that too. Oh my gosh, it does everything in the Book of Beautiful Words. It teaches you humility, because we know that when we're dancing, we can have one day that's so good and then the next day that's so not. We get so used to change. So now, adaptability. Dance gives us the gift of resilience. I mean, even just today, I was doing ballet and there was like something that I just wanted to master. It wasn't my time to master it, and it's okay. But the concept is here. It's brewing, it's stewing. I always tell you, like, your mind at dance is like it's on a stove and we're making a beautiful soup and we put it on simmer and it's simmering. It's simmering till the next time you go to class. And somehow that flavor is going to come out so nice and we're going to taste it. And we're going to be like, oh, that's what you were talking about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, last year. Because things need time to settle in. So we have patience. We talked about resilience, trust. We obviously have the gift of joy when we dance. I can't think of a time that I'm more joyful than when I'm dancing or performing or teaching dance. And then dance really gets us to understand things that we can overlook all the time. So I've already mentioned this one before, but your body and the way that it functions, the way that we can walk, the ability to learn. Have you ever thought about that? I talk about this all the time to my students because I want them to know that when they're dancing, they are learning the skill of dance and they are learning the skill of learning dance, which is a whole separate skill. So the ability to learn, what a beautiful gift. That basically means you can pick anything that you want and learn it if you want. So I just become a Disney princess. You can pick anything that you want and learn it if you want. And if you do want to, dance gives you the gift of a place to show up. How many of you wanted to be a part of something? To have like a club? I mean, I remember back in like 3rd, 4th grade, we would make these dumb clubs and it would be like girls club and it would like last for like 3 days. Oh, are you part of our club? Oh, you want to be a part of our club? So silly. And then we'd have like, oh my gosh, the best was our book club because we would go to the library every Friday and we would basically go get candy and then go to the library and talk. Did we read a book in book club ever? No, we didn't. And then I remember like if I got grounded, like my mom would be like, oh, like no book club after school. I'd be like, no, not book club. And then sometimes like that would be like the one like caveat, like, okay, you can go to book club, but no ice skating tonight. So yeah, a place to show up, a place to feel like we belong. That idea of community, the part of knowing that you belong to something bigger, that's huge. What a great gift to know that you're making an impact in one room. How cool. We've already talked about music and expression, but those are beautiful gifts that you get from dance. The ability to breathe and spend some time just like breathing and exercising. And the idea of being able to start dance again, because a lot of you will tell me this and you'll say like, oh, like I'm going to start dance again. Just having that as an option is a gift. Every class is a gift. Your choreographer, your teacher, they're a gift. Even the hard dance classes, the ones that challenge you, those are gifts because those tell you, okay, here's where you are. Here's where you want to be. You got it. If you keep working, keep doing it. Keep getting challenged. The ability to be challenged. I think I told you guys this. I wasn't that challenged when I was learning dance growing up. I could have been. I could have had maybe some slight movement in maybe extra classes. And I wasn't. I wished I was. So whenever I get challenged now, I'm like, yes. Oh, I love that. I love the feeling of challenge. I've also learned and spent a lot of time on not beating myself up from the challenge. And I know that some of you are still working on this right now, to not beat yourself up and be so upset that you're not getting it right away. So dance gives you the gift of learning and working through that process. I feel like this episode is all about the gifts of dance. I really did want to talk more about other gifts too, but you know what? I'm pivoting because dance gives me the gift of pivoting and improving. And here we are now. I think you can do that work. I think you're getting the picture, because through dance, we learn everything. We learn everything about life. Life lessons from the dance floor. That's what this podcast is, because everything's applicable. So me sitting here extracting and reminding you of all the beautiful gifts of dance, someone who is not a dancer right now could listen to the very same thing and be like, oh yeah, basketball does that for me. Oh, cool. Hockey does that for me. Oh, cool. Knitting does that for me. And it's basically like something other than some gift that you're holding right now. It's like an abstract idea gift, leaning into those gifts and knowing that they keep coming. Because just like the practice of gratitude, once you start looking and start noticing it, you're going to keep noticing it and you won't stop. This is so easy right now to think about all the gifts of dance because I'm looking for it. Just like in your day, if you look for the beauty, you'll find it. If you look for the negative, you'll find it. And one of the last gifts, and I'll end on this one, the gift of reminding yourself that you got it. That's a good one. Dance is always going to tell you, oh, do it again. One more time. Oh, one more time after the one more time. We always get to do it again until you're on your last performance. Then you're probably done with that season. So today, if you're having trouble looking at dance as a gift, I'm just going to tell you a couple things to get you back there where dance is beautiful and dance is a gift. So the first is to show up with gratitude and not expectation. Because expectation is one of those things. Oh my gosh. Even today, doing this podcast episode, I was thinking I would be wearing a different outfit. And I got to reorder my expectations and like figure them out so that I could still do this and still stay focused and not thinking about the outfit that I thought I was going to wear. It was an expectation. When you show up with gratitude, you will be so surprised at how much you will forget about things that don't matter. Not once during this episode have I thought about my outfit until I just told you. By the way, I wanted to wear like red and green, if you're wondering. That's why. When you're dancing and you're reacquainting yourself with gratitude and dance as a gift, I want you to receive the feedback as information and not judgment. So for you, you might be the one that's giving your feedback and you might be a little judgy. Raise your hand if you're a little judgy, a little mean to yourself. Don't be. Take this opportunity to take a step back, watch yourself as if you are yourself's friend and treat her like that. Be nice. Celebrate the effort and not the outcome, because effort matters. Because don't forget, all that effort is going into the soup on the stove. So the outcome might not be there. When you drop those little seasonings in, you're not tasting that just yet. Go ahead, make a soup. Josh and I are going to make a soup soon. If we were to try our soup, oh my gosh, we always say this actually too, right babe? About when we have the soup, it's always better like the next day. It's because the seasonings have had time to stew. So the outcome of our soup isn't the outcome until it stews. The outcome of your dance isn't the outcome until it settles in. All that effort, it's going to go somewhere. It's energy. It's science. And the last is to stay in a positive relationship with your body. And this can be the trickiest one sometimes because we are so mean. And if you need a little bit of help with this, there is an episode coming out very soon about this. And there is one that dabbles it. I believe it was episode 2. We get so mean about our bodies. And so when you're in the class, if you can just remember that you're in a moment in time, like nothing is permanent. Nothing is the same ever. So where you are right now doesn't mean that that's where you'll always be. So if you're on any type of body journey right now, just continue what you're doing as long as it's healthy and make sure that you're giving yourself love for just purely existing. No one cares more about your body than you. I look at all the bodies in my room and I'm like, oh my God, every person, every shape, every size is so beautiful. That's how I see it. We're always going to see things very different on us because we know the full truth. We know what we're hiding. We know what we see on a daily basis. We know our struggle points. So you are not alone, and you can really build a healthy relationship with your body. You just get to learn what to say so that you'll listen. So here's just a thought. If you truly believe that dance is a gift, like it is, how would you treat it differently today? And when you step into your next dance class, I want you to think about that. And any time that you get a little tripped up and you're like, oh no, there's that. Can you remind yourself that dance is a gift? And I would bet that if you're able to do this, your relationship with yourself in class, your experience is going to elevate. You are going to feel like you're having so much more fun. So I have some reflection questions for you today to guide you in the process of seeing things as a gift. When we think about this, like this is just a fun little like ripple. When you start seeing things as a gift, you start having more gratitude. You start having more fun. You start being happier. You start living with more confidence, more authenticity. And then that means that the people around you are doing that too, because you're an energy vibration of yourself off of them. So it's a really cool concept to think about, that you get a really big part in the outcome of the people around you. I'm sure you've heard this before. You are the 5 people you spend the most time with. So you don't want to be the downer of the group, do you? Just kidding. Let's go into the questions I have prepared for you. What in your life feels like a gift? This is a good one. What are you mistaking for a gift in your life that is actually just noise? How do you show gratitude for the things that truly sustain you? So what's your gratitude process like? How has dance given me more than I can even acknowledge? So I hope that this was helpful for you today in seeing how many gifts we get from truly committing to ourselves. And I just want to congratulate you on listening to your body and trusting yourself, trusting the process so that you can fully receive the gift of dance. If you like this, share with a friend, as it is one of the most important ways that this podcast can be seen and shared. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the dance floor.